Good
Jerome
evening,
Lee.
sir. State your full name and date of birth for me, please.
Jerome Walsh.
Okay, Mr. Lee, you are here on a new Superior Court case. They are alleging one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. That's a Class 3 felony. One count of disorderly conduct or fighting. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. And one count of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. You are going to have your own attorney based on the information that you provided. You are not entitled to a public attorney. If you do not believe that that information is correct and that you should have a attorney appointed to represent you, then you need to provide additional information at your next court date, okay?
Yes.
But as it is, when you go to your next court date, you need to bring your own attorney, all right?
All right.
Your next court date is going to be a status conference on August 19th at 8:30 a.m. You'll have a preliminary hearing on August 21st at 8:30 a.m. And I'm setting your bond in the amount of $25,000. Now,
$25,000?
$25,000. And I am unsure of something based on what I was reading. This is a family member. Are you currently living at that household, or were you just visiting there?
I was staying there, yeah.
Okay, you cannot stay there anymore. You need to find another address.
What's the plan on going back?
Okay, and you cannot have any contact whatsoever with any of the victims or witnesses in this case, all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure you make your court date, sir.
I'll be in here.
Okay, Mr. Pena, Thomas Nunez. State your full name, date of birth for me, please.
Matthew Joseph Pena.
Okay, Mr. Pena, you're here on Superior Court arrest warrant. They are alleging one count of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, another count of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. You're going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. Your next court date is going to be a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 a.m. You'll have a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30 a.m. You're being released to pretrial services. They're going to contact you. Actually, you need to contact them. They'll give you all the information on what you need to do so that you can stay out of trouble and not come back into jail. You also need to, of course, make sure that you make it to your next court date. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, I don't.
Good luck, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Mr. Nunez, Sasha Lemaitre. State your full name, date of birth for me, please.
Tomas Nunez.
Okay, Mr. Nunez, you are here on a probation violation warrant. They are alleging that you violated terms 5, 6, 7, and 15 of your probation. You are going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. You're going to have a probation revocation arraignment hearing on August 19th at 8:30 a.m. You are being held on a $10,000 secured appearance bond. If you are able to post that bond, you need to make sure that you contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, that means I have to post the bond to be released?
Yes. Okay. Good luck, sir. Ms. Lemaitre, Michael Enos. State your full name and date of birth, please.
Sasha Paige Lemaitre.
Okay, Ms. Lemaitre, and I apologize for pronouncing that incorrectly.
It's okay.
You are here on two separate matters. It looks like you have a Superior Court bench warrant. They are alleging one count of possession of narcotic drugs. That's a Class 4 felony. It looks like you already have an attorney that's been appointed for you in that case. You are going to have your next court date. That's going to be a status conference on August 19th at 8:30 a.m. You'll have a preliminary hearing on August 21st at 8:30 a.m. In that initial case, you are going to have your bond set in the amount of $1,800. Your second case is where you have a problem. You have a Superior Court arrest warrant. They are alleging one count of aggravated assault against a police officer. That's Class 4 felony. One count of resisting arrest. That's a Class 6 felony. And one count of failure to obey a police officer, a Class 3 misdemeanor. Again, this time you are going to have an attorney appointed to represent you because you did not have one previously. I need an additional hearing for her because she's on felony release. We may have to call you back in here because we're missing one of the dates. But they are alleging that you committed this offense while you were out on release on another felony. For that matter, you are not going to be entitled to a bond. You will have to remain in custody, non-bondable, at least until not this next hearing, but at the secondary hearing, evidentiary hearing. That's what I need right now. The status conference in this case is going to be on August 19th at 8:30 a.m. You'll have a preliminary hearing on August 21st at 8:30 a.m. We're going to give you an evidentiary hearing, so I'm going to ask her to sit off to the side because we're going to have to come up with that date. That evidentiary hearing would be the first time that you might be entitled to a bond if the court finds that there's not enough evidence, and then you'll be allowed to be released.
Okay.
But pending that, you are here in custody. So don't post that $1,800 bond on the other one, okay?
Okay, so just wait on it?
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mr. Enos and Jesus Franco. State your full name and date of birth for me, please.
Michael Lauren, Enos.
Okay, Mr. Enos, you are here on a probation violation warrant as well. They are alleging that you violated terms 6 and 7 of your probation. You are going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. Your next court date is going to be a probation revocation arraignment hearing on August 19th at 8:30. They set your bond in the amount of $3,000. If you're able to post, you need to make sure that you make all your court dates and that you contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Any questions, sir?
Yes, I just written the courts with my attorney, and we put in for a quash law.
I understand that, sir, and I was looking at that. The motion to quash was denied.
Okay.
Okay, they did set you actually, I believe, have a hearing set for tomorrow, if I recall correctly. Let me look back at that. On the motion to quash, they denied it, and it looks like they set, which just so that the jail is aware, he has a hearing set for tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. in probation revocation on that motion to quash. Okay? So hopefully they will take you to that hearing tomorrow,
Okay.
and you can then deal with that much quicker than the dates that I've given you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck, sir. And Mr. Enos, if they forget, you make sure you tell them that you have a court date tomorrow in probation violation at 8:30 so they can get you over there, okay? Mr. Franco, and then Sarah Kasimovic, sorry about that. State your full name and date of birth for me, Mr. Franco.
Francisco Franco Jr.
Okay, you are a junior. All right, I'm going to have to make some changes here, but Mr. Franco, you are here on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7 probation violation warrants. In each of your probation violation warrants, they are alleging that you have violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 7 of your probation. In each one, well, let me put it this way. In the 6 probation violations where you are on probation for a Class 4 felony, all 6 of those, they have given you a $500 bond.
Yes, ma'am.
And the one that is for drug paraphernalia, which is a Class 6, they gave you a $250 bond. So in total, you have $3,250, I
Yes,
believe,
ma'am.
is what that comes out to. If you are able to post that bond, you need to make sure you contact your probation officer, and you need to make sure you make your court dates. In all 7 of those cases, you have an attorney appointed to represent you. In all 7 of those cases, your next court date is going to be on August 19th at 8:30 a.m. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Before I give him his paperwork, or before you give him his paperwork, I need to change this to a junior. Okay. So did his release orders automatically update because I did that? Okay. Looks like they did. All right. Thank you. And they will be giving you your paperwork shortly. Ms. Kasimovic, and then Daniel Smith. State your full name and date of birth for me, please, ma'am.
Kasimovic,
No problem. You are here on a new Superior Court case where they are alleging one count of possession of dangerous drugs for sale. That's a Class 3 felony. I actually think that's a Class 2 felony, but what they set it up in here as is a Class 3, so don't be surprised if they show it up as a Class 2. You're going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. Your next court date is going to be a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 a.m. You'll have a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30 a.m. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance, ma'am. You need to make sure that you make it to court. You are not allowed to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Those individuals that you were in the car with, you are not allowed to have contact with them as well. Any questions? And I really need you to verbalize.
no, ma'am, no question.
Thank you. All right, have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mr. Smith? And then James Soaz? Thank you, sir. State your full name and date of birth for me, please. Mr. Smith, you are here on a new Superior Court case where they are alleging one count of possession of dangerous drugs. That's a Class 4 felony. I did not find probable cause on that charge. It does not mean your case is going away, because more than likely they are going to test these drugs and they will submit those charges again, okay? But for right now, they did not provide me with enough information, so based on that, I cannot hold you. You are going to be released on your own recognizance. Despite the fact that you're being released, you still have court dates because of the fact that they may file these charges before it comes up. So your next court date is a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 a.m. You'll have a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30 a.m. Also, sir, based on the information that you provided, okay, never mind. Got to make a change on this too. Why did they tell me he didn't have enough information? You are going to have an attorney appointed to represent you just in case they do in fact file that case as well, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to go to court?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you do.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Soav? Logan Garza? State your full name and date of birth for me, please.
James Suave Jr.
I really messed that up. Okay, Mr. Suave Jr. Okay, I'm going to need to correct that because this does not have a junior on it. Oh, all of them. He has 7 of them, and his name is a junior, so we had to reprint all of them for the junior. And we're also going to have to reprint Mr. Suave. He's 17 through 19 because he's also a junior. And I really don't want their fathers going to jail because of them. Okay, let me just change that and then I'll go over everything with you. Okay, so as I was saying, you are here on 3 separate matters. It looks like they are all probation violation warrants. They are alleging that you violated terms 2, 3, 5, and 15 of your probation. You are going to have an attorney appointed to represent you in all of these cases. You are going to have your next court date. It will be a probation revocation arraignment hearing on August 19th at 8:30 a.m. You are going to have a bond in the amount of $500 in all 3 matters for a total of $1,500. If you're able to post, you need to make sure you make your court dates and that you contact your probation officer within 72 hours.
Okay.
Any questions, sir?
No.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thanks.
Mr. Garza, Carlos Hawk. I'm sorry about this, I'm creating a little bit of issues. Okay, Mr. Garza, state your full name, date of birth. Is Mr. Hawk in there? Yeah. State your full name, date of birth for me, please.
Logan Matthew Garza.
Okay, Mr. Garza, you are here on a new Superior Court case. They are alleging one count of shoplifting with an artifice with the intent to facilitate. That's a Class 4 felony. You're going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. Your next court date will be on August 27th at 8:30 a.m. That will be a status conference. You'll have a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30 a.m. I'm releasing you on pretrial services, but with electronic monitoring. They are going to place that electronic monitor on you before you are allowed to leave the jail. They are also going to give you a curfew where they will determine based on the probation officer, the pretrial services officer, when you are allowed to leave the house, okay? You need to make sure you make your court dates. You are not allowed to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victims in this case. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Hawk, and then Joe Solorio. Mr. Hawk, have a seat. Joe Solorio, come on forward, and then Patrice Barber. State your full name and date of birth for me, please.
Joe Solorio, Joe Angel Solorio.
Okay, Mr. Solorio, you are here on a Superior Court arrest warrant. They are alleging one count of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. You're going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. Your next court date is going to be a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 a.m. You'll have a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30 a.m. You're being released on your own, sir. Are you finished with your other cases, or are you actually in custody still?
I finished with them.
So nothing's holding you here. Okay, you're being released on your own recognizance. You need to make sure you make your court date, okay?
Thank you.
And also, are you currently on parole? All right. Good luck, sir. Ms. Barber, Jasmine Sims. State your full name and date of birth for me, please, ma'am.
Patrice Barbour, 3.
Okay, Ms. Barbour, I'm sorry. You are here on an out-of-county warrant out of Apache County Superior Court. They are alleging a failure to pay fines or fees. I don't believe you're going to have an attorney appointed, but if you are, they will appoint it at your next court date in Apache County, okay? They set your bond in the amount of $1,200. They actually set it as a cash bond, but I'm making it secured. So you can go through a bondsman, you can post through that, okay?
Go ahead.
If you're able to post that bond, your next court date is going to be an arraignment at the Apache County Superior Court on August 15th, which is in 3 days anyway, at 8:30 a.m. You need to make sure you make that court date. Yes, ma'am.
So there's no way that I can, be released on my own terms?
No. Because of the fact that it's an out-of-county warrant, we do tend to go ahead and abide with their warrants so that they'll abide by ours. Okay? But as I said, I did change it from cash to secure. All right. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mr. Sims, and then Aaron Chester.
Good morning.
Good evening. State your full name and date of birth for me, please.
Jasmine Anthony Sims, 6.
Mr. Sims, you're here on 3 separate matters. You have a new Superior Court case where they are alleging one count of possession of drug paraphernalia. That's a Class 6 felony. I did not find probable cause on that.
Okay.
That doesn't mean it's going away because they will more than likely submit that for testing and then they'll file it later. But for right now, I don't have information for a probable cause. I am appointing an attorney to represent you, though, just in case they file before that time. Your next court date which will be a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30 a.m. Because I did not find probable cause, I am releasing you on your own recognizance. I cannot give you any release conditions, all right?
All right.
Your problem, though, is that you have 2 probation violation warrants as well. In both of your probation violation warrants, they're alleging that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. In those cases, you are going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. You are going to have a probation revocation arraignment hearing on August 19th at 8:30. And in both of those cases, they set your bond in the amount of $500. If you are able to post those bonds, you need to make sure that you make your court date and that you contact your probation officer. Actually, I'm sorry. They set your bond in the first one, which is a Class 6 felony, at $500, and the second one at $250, so it's a total of $750. If you're able to post, make sure that you contact your probation officer within 72 hours.
May I have my probation officer's number? Because I couldn't call my probation officer because I didn't have his number. I
Do you
don't have a
guys have,
phone.
okay, hold
I've
on.
been trying to get all my stuff, but
Do you guys have any way
work.
that you can get his probation officer's number?
We don't have their specific number, but we do give them paperwork that has probation's contact information.
Okay, so you'll be able to do that and they'll get you through.
all right.
Alright.
So I'm getting released, but I just have to come back to court.
No.
Oh, I'm staying here.
You're getting released on the new case because
Okay.
I didn't find probable cause. But on the probation violations, you have $750 in bond.
Okay, so I'll just stay here until okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
Okay. Good luck, sir. Mr. Chester, and then Matthew Grimes.
No new case.
State your full name and date of birth for me, please, sir.
Aaron Chester,
Okay, Mr. Chester, you are here on a new Superior Court case. They are alleging 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of shoplifting or removal of goods, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I did not find probable cause on the possession of dangerous drugs. That doesn't mean it's going away. I just don't have the information at this time. It will more than likely be submitted for testing, and so they may file those charges later. I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you on this case. Your next court date will be a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 a.m. You'll have a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30 a.m. Sir, you were just released from prison recently. Are you on parole?
no.
Okay. You are going to be released on your own recognizance then. You need to make sure you make your court dates. You're not allowed to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have contact with any of the alleged victims, okay?
Okay,
All right, good luck, sir.
thank you.
Mr. Grimes, and then Ian Satterfield. State your full name, date of birth for me, please, sir.
Matthew Jim Grimes.
Okay, Mr. Grimes, you're here on a Superior Court probation violation warrant. They are alleging that you violated terms 3, 5, and 15 of your probation. You are going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. Your next court date is going to be a probation revocation arraignment hearing on August 19th at 8:30 a.m. Your bond in this case is $250. If you're able to post it, make sure you make your court dates and that you contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Any questions, sir?
No.
All right, good luck, sir. Mr. Satterfield, and then Mr. Hawk. State your full name and date of birth for me, please, sir.
Ian Andrew Franklin Satterfield.
Okay, Mr. Satterfield, you are here on a Superior Court probation violation warrant as well. They are alleging that you violated terms 3, 4, and 5 of your probation. You're going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. You're going to have your next court date. It will be a probation revocation arraignment hearing on August 19th at 8:30 a.m. Your bond in this case was set at $5,000. If you're able to post that bond, you need to make sure you contact your probation officer within 72 hours and that you make your court dates. Any questions, sir?
No, thank you, ma'am.
All right, you're welcome, sir. Have a good day.